We're going to have a look now at how to calculate distance. Okay, so we're going to do, the first one's kind of an easy one. We're going to do that just in a common sense way, and then have a look at what the formula could be, and I'll show you how to set these out properly. Okay, so if I walk for 3 hours at 4 kilometers per hour, how far do I go? Okay, so walking at 4 kilometers per hour means that in the first hour, okay, I'm walking 4 kilometers. And if I'm going at 4 kilometers per hour in the second hour, I'm going 4 kilometers. And in the third hour, I'm going 4 kilometers. Okay, so in total, I'm going 4, 8, 12 kilometers. All I've done here is take that speed number and multiply it by the time, how far I'm going. And that gives us our formula. Distance that you've traveled is the speed you go at. So how far, that's telling you how far you go in 1 hour, and then you multiply it by the time, multiply it by the number of hours. So it's how far you go in 1 hour multiplied by the number of hours. Makes sense. So how I would, and I can write there, that's 12 kilometers altogether. Okay. How I would set this out properly, how you're probably going to get the marks in your maths test, is by writing down this formula properly, d equals s times t. And then you look in the question, you identify the speed number and the time number. So I've got two numbers here. So 3 hours, that's going to be time, because hours, that measures time. And kilometers per hour, that measures distance. Okay. Your speed unit is always going to be like a distance, like kilometers here, per some time, like here, hours. So it could be like meters per second, or, do you know, miles per hour is often written mph, slightly differently. But it's always going to be a distance and then a time. Okay? So that's our formula, d equals s times t, and then our speed number, that's the 4. Time number, that's the 3. So 4 times 3. So exactly what I did just by drawing a picture. Okay, and I get 12 kilometers. Now, I need 4 things here. I need the formula, I need a bit of working, I need to have a final answer, and I need to have units. Okay, you might not get 4 marks for this. You might only get, you might get 2, but you'll probably need to have all 4 things, sorry, to get your full marks. Okay, so let's have a look at this second question. So it's asking, how far do I go? So that's telling you need to work out a distance. And the formula is always d equals s times t. Now my speed number here is 7 miles per hour, but the time's a bit different, okay? This is going to be a decimal time. Now remember, 1 hour and 27 minutes is not 1.27 hours, okay? You're going to have 1 whole hour, and it's going to be 1 point something, fair enough, but that 27, remember, means 27 out of 60. 0.27 means 27 out of 100. Okay, now, if you've not already watched our video on how to change to decimal time, I would recommend you watch that first. But assuming you've watched that, okay, remember this means I'm going to do 27 divided by 60. And I'm going to divide by 6 and then divide by 10. Your teacher will probably let you use a calculator for distance, speed, time questions. But, do you know, it's a numeracy YouTube channel, so we better pack in all the numeracy we can. We can do this without a calculator quite easily if you know your 6 times table, okay? So this is asking here, how many 6s go into 27? Okay, well, 6 doesn't go into 2, but it goes into 27 4 times for 24 with 3 left over. Now, there's nowhere to put my leftover 3 yet, so I'm going to make this 27.0, and then I can stick the 3 right there, okay? How many 6s go into 30? That's 5, so I need to put a point there. 4.5. Okay, so I've done that 27 divided by 6, and I got 4.5. Now I need to divide it by 10. Remember, that's just shifting everything one place, value place smaller. So those 4 units are going to turn into 4 tenths. Those 5 tenths are going to turn into 5 hundredths. So that's my decimal part now. I've got 1 whole hour, 0.45. Okay? Now, again, if you've got your calculator, you can just type that in, no bother. But it's a numeracy channel, let's get the numeracy in there. 1.45 times 7. Well, 5 times 7, that's 35. 4 times 7 is 28. Add on the 3, 31. Make sure my decimal point's in there. 1 times 7 is 7. Add on 3 is 10. So 10.15. Now, am I done? Well, I've got my formula. I've got my working. I've got my answer, but I'm missing my units. Now, your distance units are always going to be the distance bit from the time. So that M in MPH stands for miles. Okay, so now I've got all 4 parts. And that's how to work out distance questions. So that first one, quite a straightforward one, and then the second example there shows you how to use decimal time. Okay.